Welcome to America with an Accent. I'm your host Enkela Vehbiu, reporting today and for the rest of the year from Tirana, Albania, a tiny country in southern Europe in the fascinating region of the Balkans. It holds a special place for me because I am a native Albanian but a naturalized American. America with an Accent will continue to address issues that pertain or are of interest to the U.S. immigrant community, enriched once in a while with life stories like that of today's Professor Arben Merkoçi. Thank you, Professor, for being here with me.
Thank you very much. And as you said, I am also Albanian origin, but naturalized, as you say, in the United States, but Spanish.
Spanish, but you have a very fascinating resume, a CV, and you are a graduate of Albanian University.
Yes.
You not only graduated with your bachelor, but you got your bachelor, but you got your PhD here as well.
Yeah.
And then you had a stint in Padova, in Italy, and then in Barcelona. And then now you reside in Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Why are you here then in Albania?
We are here because we finished the last day of a big conference, Trends in Nanotechnology, the biggest conference in nanotechnology, a series of conferences that is used to be done every year. And this year we organized this in Albania.
What is your profile? What is your expertise?
Yeah, I work in nanotechnology. I work in Barcelona at Catalan Institute of Nanoscience and Nanotechnology. Speaking a little bit more in detail, I am involved in biosensors, so in relation to diagnostics and other stuff related to health, industrial application, environmental monitoring, so developing devices with interest for such fields. And this conference was exactly for this, so to see what nanotechnology can bring, and we had here experts from all over the world, and thanks to the Academy of Science of Albania, thanks also to the Catalan Institute of Nanoscience and Nanotechnology, and also the support of Embassy of Spain here in Albania, we could get this big event, of course, with the main organizer, Phantoms Foundation. Trends in Nanotechnology is one of the most important in the world in the field of nanotechnology, and of course we had great speakers from all over the world. It was really amazing. These days were like being in the United States or in any country in Europe where this conference used to be, and it was amazing that I forget that I was in Albania. It was like being in any country in the world, because it was a fantastic conference.
And that is a good feeling to have, especially when we think about the country that you're in, which is Albania, right? You mentioned that you are a native Albanian as well. You're a graduate of the University of Tirana.
Exactly.
You earned your bachelor degree and your doctorate here in Tirana. Yeah. And then you moved out. It's good to see you coming back in Albania. Why was it so special to be here today? And the conference, why was it so special?
Yeah, it is. In fact, everything started here. I'm saying always when I have the occasion to speak with colleagues. And my university is right there, very near to this place. So I was graduated there, and it was in the time where Albania was not that good, so no opportunities for science. So I went, in fact, for professional reasons, but of course a better life also. Yes. And in all these countries you mentioned, but you forget Hungary first. I went in Hungary, and after that I was also in Greece, collaborating a lot, and slowly with longer period of stay in Italy. After Italy I went in the United States. I was in New Mexico University, and then back to Spain, where I got this position. And I was involved since beginning in sensors. In fact, I has been working in this area here in Tirana, but that then in the other places I got more experience, and slowly increasing the knowledge and also collaboration with a lot of people. So we are bringing back you get back in Albania. So I was, in fact, it's not a casualty, because since many years, as I am member also of Academy of Sciences of Albania, I kept the collaboration here. I have a lot of friends and colleagues working in my area, and since 2 years we have created this NanoAlb, which is the Albanian units of nanoscience and nanotechnology, next to the Academy of Science of Albania, that gathers together Albanian universities and centers working in this area in Albania, North Macedonia and Kosovo. So during several years we have been in contact, and now 24 groups research groups working in this research area. get together in this NanoAlb, which is a virtual center. And this virtual center next to the Academy of Science of Albania was the local organizer of this big conference. So this conference is not a casualty that came here.
So
it came
it's
because
the baby of NanoAlb,
exactly.
Right?
So it's a baby of NanoAlb, and of course support of Academy of Science, and of course thanks to a lot of colleagues and friends that wanted to come in Albania because they wanted to come in Albania.
Many people like Albania as a country per se, and I would like, and I'm pleased to see that you come back with a real project here in Albania, and that's something that I would like to talk a little later, especially when it comes to the brain drain phenomenon that we are witnessing right now. However, I would like to go back to your personal profile a little bit. You mentioned so many countries. How do you define yourself when you introduce yourself? You are from where?
Yeah, a good question. Of course, I'm Albanian. I define myself as Albanian, but I also define myself as Spanish.
Okay.
I define myself as Catalan because I am living also since many years in Catalonia. But to be realistic, I feel very international.
International.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you did mention the United States in your short presentation, and it is New Mexico State University. We, for a while, were in the same campus.
We coincided.
This is how we got to know you on a personal level. I didn't know you professionally, but how do you relate, and why were you in the United States? Since our audience is immigrants of the United States, why did you come to the United States?
Yeah, it's a very good question. When I was working in Spain in that period, I'm speaking about many years ago, and Spain at that time was not that level of opportunities in science and technology. Always Spain has been very good, but in this moment there were not too much opportunities for people like me, foreigners, to get positions. But and this is why I decided to go in United States, and this was not a casualty also because I had a good contact collaboration with a big professor who is now my best friend in the science, Professor Joseph Wang, working at NMSU, New Mexico State University, one of the pioneers in the field of biosensors, and one of the pioneers in the field of nanotechnology applied in biosensors. Okay. So I contacted him. He was very, very happy to receive me in his lab, and I went there. Okay. And I was really very happy in New Mexico State University.
It's a
and you remember,
campus, right?
Yes, we have been playing volleyball there.
Volleyball,
and it was a nice community of nice people. I remember very nice Russians, and America is fantastic. A lot of people from different countries.
I love America too.
I love America too.
And that's why I'm a naturalized citizen.
I miss still Las Cruces, New Mexico. I have turned in United States. I used to go every year or twice a year, but due to pandemics, I'm waiting now November to go there.
All right.
But I mean, I miss Las Cruces.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Well, maybe we can connect, and all of us can go and visit NMSU at one point.
It's a great campus and great scientists there, and we have a lot of friends also still there.
Now, Professor, can you tell me what is your current position in Barcelona?
Yeah, I am a group leader. I am a professor, full professor. ICREA professor. ICREA means is a professor title given by a prestigious institute of research in Catalonia. So I'm a ICREA professor, and at the same time group leader at this Catalan Institute of Nanoscience and Nanotechnology. Okay. So this is ICN2, we used to call it, is the biggest nanotech institute in Spain and probably in Europe, one of the most prestigious. Okay. And this is an institute that was created thanks, of course, to the strategy and support of the Spanish, Catalan governments and other institutions, but with the idea to attract talent. And I was at the time naturalized Spanish, but they attracted not only me but also other foreigners. And my institute is like America, I used to say, because it's full of international researchers. We have only in my group probably 15 nationalities. So this is something that does not change too much the profile and what I miss from United States. So,
but you miss more the United States.
I miss United States, but at ICN2 we have a kind of very, very international, because I'm international.
Yes.
So
yes.
I am very happy to work with people from different countries and
Yes.
different cultures.
And how big is your group?
My group now, probably we are around 20 and somebody else. But
the reason why I'm asking all those questions when it comes to the size of the group or your position is because in my eyes, you are very well accomplished in your profession. And as an American, as a naturalized American, as an immigrant of the United States of America, many times I've seen people that get discouraged when they immigrate. Was it easy for you to reach the point in career where you are right now? Did you have to work hard for that? Were there moments that you wanted to give up?
It was not that easy. You need to work hard as for any other profession. I think the most important is to work hard, of course, but to love what you do. So it's very important to be sure what you want to do in the life. And if you decide to do something, do it good.
Okay.
Because this is very important, because personally speaking, nowadays a lot of professions and places and to get is not that easy, so you need to be competitive, so you need to work hard. But also, if you combine this hard working but with pleasure, because you like it, you love your profession, and this is fantastic. I may consider myself lucky because I have been working hard, but I never thought that I was working hard, because I've been always happy about what I have been doing, so I never felt this pressure. So if I analyze, probably it has been a lot of work, I know, but always with being optimistic and hoping, and I was sure that I was happy that was what I was doing. So,
well, was it hard for you to knock on doors? Because sometimes people have this language barrier that, you know, I don't speak the language, and that's why I will not go and knock on the doors. What you mentioned are very important two components, but also practicality. Should you have a goal when you immigrate? Is it just immigrating for the sake of immigrating, or when you immigrate you have to have a goal and work towards that goal? Sometimes it appears to me that we immigrants are a little confused when we immigrate about what we want to achieve.
For me it was clear why I immigrated. I immigrated because of professional reasons, because I wanted to continue in my career, looking for places with better possibilities in my career, and of course, to be realistic, Albania at the time was not that good, so it was also a kind of opinion and pressure in general that to go out. Okay. And it coincided that I was in the moment in my life that I wanted to continue with my career, and the situation here was not good, so I went. Okay. And of course, if you go there, and people like me, or in my case especially, for me it was clear that I wanted to continue in what I love to do. Okay. And for that, of course, you said knocking the doors. In our case, I cannot say knocking the doors, but working, and you get in contact with people, the people know you, and then I am always saying the same to my colleagues and even foreigners that come and try to work and continue. I say that the most important is to love what you do, to work hard, and then you create your networking and you'll have possibility. Yes. And it will be a matter just to choose, not to desperate. By default, I am very optimistic. I am saying that people that work always find the solution.
Well, do you have a position open for me in your lab? A PR position? Yeah. Well, it is great to hear that, and I would like to elaborate a little more in what you said, that back then Albania was not that good. Fast forward 30 years after, you are in Albania carrying on such a good and huge project and successfully executing it. You said that there are 24 NanoAlb research groups, right? Exactly. Members of that. It makes me very proud, but I have a specific question for you. How many of those professors that are members of those groups are like me and you, that we reside somewhere else, but we contribute in our countries?
Yeah.
Are they all stationed
Yeah,
here?
there are. And this is something that really is something that I appreciate them, because some of these people, very, very good, either came back from somewhere after doing some degrees or after working abroad. Some of them, of course, because the excellent people may come from abroad, but excellent people also are here, and there are a lot of excellent people. So I may say that in NanoAlb, in these 24 groups, we have excellent people, and some of them really came as back. We did. I know, for example, we have in Kosovo one professor, I don't want to mention the names, but he turned back from Australia after more than 15 years. We have other people that turned back from Turkey after doing PhD, or I'm sure other people. But I mean, they turned back not because of NanoAlb, because they turned back before. But now with NanoAlb, they are happy because they see that we are trying to get together, to collaborate, and probably opportunities to have even a physical center, which may offer more opportunities to them. And we are working on that.
And that is, you just led me into a topic that it has been very close to my heart, and I wanted to understand more. But once I started researching, I rather got very disappointed, and that is the brain drain. And to see some of those professors coming back, it's good to see. But is Albania or developing countries that are suffering so much from the brain drain offering enough to those professors or scientists?
Yeah, it's a very good question. In fact, to be realistic, still is not offering, at least at the levels of science we're doing. To work in nanotechnology at that level, these people need more support. But of course, there are opportunities, and some of them are working because these groups of NanoAlb are in different universities. They are trying to get to work, to be involved in some research lines related to this. But if we want, and I am trying to insist and to transmit here to the institutions that if we want to build a center, we want to attract talent, or we want even to retain talent from here. And both are very important. But to have this possibility to convince people to come here, for example, work in this center, we need to have the center, we need to have support for the research, and of course, I am sure that if we offer these talented people, Albanians or even other countries, so
yes, if we can see,
if we offer them the conditions, I'm sure they may turn back, but we need support, and this is why we are here and we are in contact. In fact, in this meeting, we have the first day of the meeting, even high personalities from the country, they are very enthusiastic about this. I wish, let's see, I wish that there would be support, and this would be fantastic, because it's very important to attract talent, and it's very important to avoid, to retain talent and avoid the brain drain.
You really are optimistic, Professor, because the numbers that I was reading, and this is not just an Albanian problem, this is a problem of developing countries. We're talking about Turkey is suffering from brain hemorrhage, and then we have India and China and Japan. The brain is immigrating. How do we stop it? I mean, you say that we need to offer, you suggest that it's necessary to offer good labs or good opportunities here, but is that a wishful thinking? Can a country, or a developing country, really match a technology, or has the money for the technology that is needed? We're talking about, I'm a little familiar with your field because of my husband, and we're talking about just the set of experiments may run up to 40, 50, or even more $1,000,
so
right?
It's not that easy, and people were talking if they would like to come here, the infrastructure and everything is expensive, so it's very important to have at least a minimum of conditions, because no one is willing to come here if they are not the minimum conditions of the laboratory, and this requires a lot of funding. But also there are, even in our field, there are some part of the applications and studies that are related not to that many sophisticated sometimes. And in fact, colleagues here at universities in Tirana are working and doing experiments with the conditions they have, but of course we need more. And of course, to attract people that currently are working outside in good centers abroad, they need more investment here.
How do you convince them to give up what they have and come over here?
So for the moment we have not this possibility here, but in certain laboratories probably a little bit, but we need to invest and to build a center and to invest. But first of all, what we need to do is to make this investment and to make all these new structures of laboratories according to the profile of the people. What did Barcelona, for example, when we created
can you
the
give us an
center?
example? Because to me, we're talking about Albania in this case, right? But in general, for a country of the size of Albania to support initiatives like you are presenting, it's rather expensive. It's not cheap. So give us the example of Barcelona.
For example, what happened in Barcelona, of course, we are not here yet in the status where Barcelona was, let's say, 15 years when we built the center. Because, but what Barcelona in general, in Spain, in Catalonia did when they started to build these excellent centers that are well known in terms of performance. If you see the performance parameters in terms of project attraction, publications and patents and all spin-off creation, now our institute is one of the best in the world.
Yes.
But how we did this?
Yes.
We did this based, first of all, in a very, very, very clear policy, strategy for science and technology. And this was based first in the attraction of the talent.
Okay.
I was, in fact, one of the co-founders together with other colleagues, so I know since the beginning how it worked. What they did, my colleagues and professors that were in charge of this, is identifying first the talents and trying to speak with them, agreeing with them. If you want, do you want to come in Barcelona and to have this job in this institute that they are going to create?
So it was the institute that took the step.
I mean,
it wasn't the state, but the country.
It was people. There were people
government.
assigned to do this. Of course, based on the support of the state, they had the money, but they have also the strategy. And they asked people, do you want to come back? Talented people. And after that, they agreed with them, what do you need for the infrastructure? So they built the institute according to the needs of the group leaders. And then they came because they had everything they wanted.
And then the return was that the grant writing and funding secured by the
I'm saying the same. If we are able to follow a clear plan and create this center here and give conditions to people, I'm sure that people from abroad, talented people, will come in Albania because they should be, if they have a good salary and good conditions, laboratory conditions, they would prefer to be here rather than north of Europe, where it's cold, or in other places. Albania is beautiful, you know.
Albania is beautiful. And Albania is beautiful, but I'm sensing it. It has been quite 3 years, almost 3 years that I didn't come to visit Albania, and I do see that there is an increase in the desire of immigrating, and I'm talking about highly educated people. I'm not people that are well established here, good jobs, good salaries, and yet they're seeking an option of going or immigrating. That's sad to hear. Yeah,
it's very sad, because I'm sorry, because I'm speaking only for a specific thing at a high level of science, if probably making the conditions for these people to come back. But of course there are problems, and I know that there are a lot of people in other areas they want to immigrate, and this is the right of the people to immigrate if they do not like the conditions. But I mean, in all other professions, in all other areas, institutions here or activities, I think this depends on the in general, the life, the standard of the life of the country. So people always are migrating, not only from Albania, but from other countries. And solving this problem is another level of discussion.
It is, and it may take the whole night, and maybe we'll not find a solution to that.
But I mean, the things should be step by step, or depending. So I believe always that putting efforts and putting investment in science education is very important, because not because I am scientist and I want to support only scientists, because I believe that attracting the most educated people, Albanians who are abroad, but also foreigners that may come in Albania, is maybe a help
Yeah.
for this country,
Yeah.
because we want more educated people that then will be able to attract projects, and with their education and preparation will be
Yes.
able to help in other institutions. So everything is returning back the effort you may bring to these people to
Yes.
come home.
And it is a good example. I mean, what you brought about the institute, your institute in Barcelona, there's nothing wrong with transplanting good experiences, not only in
Yeah.
nanotechnology, but in other fields of life as well. And I do agree with you that Albanians are intelligent, not only because I am Albanian, but it is. I am very happy to see that there is an effort like this, because I do believe, from my observation as a journalist, I do believe that the brain, the power brain of Albanians here in Albania is not used. It's stressed so much on tourism,
Yeah.
and that is right. It is right. I'm not saying
Yeah.
no, but the brain, the capacity, the potential that the Albanian nation, in terms of intelligence and contribution to science, could bring is not used yet.
Yeah.
We have many cases, including yourself, that are successful if the right conditions are provided to those personalities.
Yeah.
Now, this is a great conversation that I have with you.
I have also something to add. What you said is very, very important, and in fact the solutions about this. Also, European community has been thinking about this, and in fact one of the programs that the European community is offering for countries with low resources like Albania or other countries is a program that is aiming to create excellence centers in Europe, in countries with low resources, following an excellence center model in EU. And
Like
this is
Barcelona?
why,
Is
this
Barcelona?
is why
Okay.
we have also applied for a project together with my colleagues in Barcelona, also some
right.
partners in Germany, and we have already applied in this project, and the idea is to get funding from EU with the support of Albanian institutions, government, and build this center. And the idea of this support that the European community is giving to countries like Albania is exactly for this: build here excellent centers
And
to
attract
attract talent
back.
and retain the talent
The
from
talent here.
And
All right.
I think this is, I wanted to say with this that solving this problem, which are really a problem, brain drain and all these issues, needs support from government, for
Yes.
here in Europe, from European community, and of course society in general should help somehow, and there are different ways, but I mean this needs support.
It needs
from
support. It
institutions.
needs
It's very
support in
important.
order to
But there are
stop
ways.
this. And
In case of science is building excellence centers for scientists, but maybe excellence centers in relation to other activities.
Yes.
So there are a lot of ways.
Yeah,
So,
right.
yeah.
Well, there is hope. There is hope, and
There
I
is
wish you
hope.
good luck.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
with your project, it would be something very important for the Albanian scientific community. And a last question. That doesn't pertain to science,
No problem.
but it pertains to you. When you said that you are an international person, or you feel more like a world citizen, as I understand it. However, when you come to Albania, is your tie still strong with your country, home country?
Yeah,
Do you come as a scientist or as a tourist or as an Albanian?
Yeah, is a strong time, because since I left Albania, due to relation, of course, first of all with my parents, my family, brothers and sisters, so I have been always coming here, and I feel home each time I come, but also because of this relation with work. Of course, sometimes we have a strange feeling, a strange feeling, because or probably it happens the first days when you come here, because you feel like you are not Albanian, you are not Spanish, and you don't know. But after the next day, I feel Albanian.
Yeah, I feel
but
Albanian.
then when I go there, it happens the same. So we have this kind of duality.
Yes,
sometimes.
yes, we do.
But this is good.
Yes,
also.
yes.
So I think we are lucky. Also, in addition to, because we wanted to be here.
Yes,
so this is
yes.
true, that if I had the same conditions I had in Barcelona, I should be more happy to be here. But in these conditions, working mostly in Barcelona and coming here to see family and friends, and overall having the possibilities to be involved in such important projects, I feel very lucky.
Yes,
so.
Yes, you're right. We come home, but then we go home too.
Yeah,
it's the duality.
We are special,
that is
special people.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Professor, for your time.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
And that was America with an Accent for this week. I am your host again, Enkela Vehbiu. Have a great week.